Well, have you figured out yet what you really should be doing in life? Man, that's a tough job, isn't it? You know, we go to school, we go to college, we get trained and all that kind of stuff for stuff that other people are telling us what to do, right? You know, society out there sort of, you know, is telling you all these things you can do, and you never look inside. I mean, that's the important thing. I mean, there's some people that are lucky. Oh, you know, at 2 years old, they know they want to be a doctor and they just keep on going. The rest of us usually have to struggle, trying to figure out what the heck we really should be doing. You know, and we get so influenced by external stuff, and we try to please everybody else and your parents and your teachers and, you know, the articles you read. And man, what you gotta do, I think, is really look inside. What do you feel? And you can't quantify this. This is like choosing a mate. You know, you can't have, well, you know, I'm going to have somebody, you know, 5'7", you know, and blonde hair and well-built. I mean, and some little midget comes along and you just fall in love with. You know, you can't depend on that kind of stuff, you know, because that's stuff in your head other people have put in. What's inside your head and really what's inside your heart? That's what's really it's all about, you know, trying to find it out. And I think what most of us have to do that really don't know for sure yet is really trial and error. Man, there's no other way to do it. And that trial and error really leads you to build a life. And I think the only thing that you have to know about finding what the heck you really should be doing in life is not to know exactly what you should be doing. All you have to do is know what you should not be doing. And if where you are now is what you should not be doing for the rest of your life, then you gotta figure out a way to get out of that thing. Because that's all you know. And most of us just stay there because we don't know exactly what we're gonna do or what's the perfect thing to go from here. You can't, I feel. You have to, you know, build that yourself step by step. You don't know what that is. And the only way to do that is to get out of where you are now. So the only thing I think you really have to know is where I am now, the right place? No, then get your butt out there and start finding it, because it's not going to come to you. You got to go seek it and build it and figure out what it is. Otherwise, 40 years will be going by and you'll be still there. Okay, we live in a society now where there's more money and help and information than any time in the history of mankind, right? And most all of it is on the internet. And then we have these companies like Google and things like that that are organizing all this stuff for us so we can find it, you know? But we can't. Because what they're showing us is websites of people who want money from us. So if we're out there trying to get free money and help to do things in life, they're not going to show you that stuff because they don't get any money from these people. So it's really a pity to me, and it makes you more helpless in life, and it makes you think you need more money to do things when you really don't. You know, it makes you helpless. It makes you think that, you know, you can't do anything, and that's terrible. You know, that's not true at all. You just have to learn how to use this internet, because the Google people and everything are not in it for you. They're in it to make money. They want to pretend they're in it for you, but they're really in it for money. Yeah, that's what capitalism is about, to make money, right? So like if you go now on Google and put a fix up a home, you know, and you put that up here, and I have it up there, so you fix up a home and you search, what do you get? Oh, I already did it. Okay, look at that. 416 million websites. That's 500 million websites. I mean, are you going to have a chance? You won't even have the time to look at 100, right? Let alone 500 million. So, I mean, that's what you have. You're just overwhelmed. You know, that's why Google handles volume and quantity, not quality at all. You know, and that's right. It's going to take some time. And see what happens, people you're going to go through a couple of Google pages and find a few things, and you know, maybe like, here, is there anything here? No, it's all this. People want to sell you something. Well, let's put in money from the government, money to fix up a home, and see what that had. Okay, there's some guy selling you money, right? How much does it cost? Money, 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 money. Okay, let's put up grants here. And we still, what is the number of, okay, 264 million. So we're half. We're down to 250 million websites. Okay, what about grants to fix up a home? Huh? Okay. grants to fix up. Oh, home improvements, we got HUD. That's not bad. Then we got some other grants for home repair from some companies trying to sell you something, and then other articles. But, you know, and the problem with that is that, you know, a lot of the free money isn't even called grants. You know, and here you have the HUD. Well, HUD really doesn't give out the money. You have to go to the local state government agencies and the city and things like that. So it may be interesting and helpful to know about a program or two, but there's really dozens and dozens. I estimate there's like 170 housing programs in every city, you know, in the country. And there's one website. They're not going to have it. They have 2 or 3 in there, and that's it. So what I want to show you today is how to find all those and where to go, so you know you've gone everywhere and kicked over the stones. It might take some time, whether it's 20 minutes or an hour or 2, but that's the only way. I mean, so if someone's going to give you 20 grand or 15 grand or 5 grand to fix up your home, man, isn't it worth it an hour or so? Most of us just get lazy and say, screw it, it's not there. Or we think that some guy on a white horse will come along and we'll look at some porn or movies in the meanwhile and it'll pop up. It won't. It takes a systematic search and work and some time to find out. But when you do, man, you'll know for sure. You either get the money and you know you have every major source and didn't miss anything. So then either you can get your project done or you go on to do something else. Maybe that's not the one you want to do. And you'll learn. By doing one thing, you'll learn the system to do it for everything else. So let's go through this system and the way to do this. Okay, so you know you don't want to go through 100 billion websites or 400 billion or whatever. And the place to start for finding housing money, any kind, buying a house, fixing up a house, being a real estate investor, is your state. Okay, now how do you find your state organization that does that? They're all called different things in every state, but there's an association of them, and it's called the National Council of State Housing Agencies. Ooh, okay, and you go there. See, and they have the acronym for NCSHA. Okay, you go there because now what we're going to do is take a sample. This woman I'm trying to help, she's in Bowling Green, Kentucky. So let's see what kind of money we can get her for housing in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Yeah. Okay, we're at the state associations. We need to find the state association. Okay, here, find housing help in your state. Right there, you click that on. Oh, there's a little state map. You click Kentucky because we're in Bowling Green. Now you got the organization there. It's in Frankfort, Kentucky. That's the capital. You click on their link. Oh, you have to click on the link. Let's go. Come on. And you're down, you see, look, down payment says $6,000. So right there in your face, they're giving you $6,000. Your bank's not going to tell you that because they don't give away money, they charge it. Yeah. So this is what's there. Now you have to find out, you want to fix up money, what kind of money there is for home buyers. Okay, home buyers. Here, you just go, there's one for rentals. There's money for renters. I mean, there's money to help you pay rent and housing assistance, everything for renters, or fight your landlord for you and all kinds of things. Okay, now why isn't this working here? Okay, here we go. Okay, so now we're at the home buyers. Okay, see all the things on here: down payment and closing cost assistance, eligibility, home buyer tax credit, housing and counseling and education, refinance products, loan programs. See, it's all right there. You know, and so all the programs that are neat, but there are no fix-up programs. Actually, the one program that may help you with fix-up here at every state office is your education and counseling office. So keep that aside as we go charging along, because you could see, look at housing and counseling education. Look at, see, these are free experts that help you. Why have your real estate salesman help you who's just trying to make you buy stuff, right? You could go to these counseling agencies that get grants from the government to help you for free. They're not trying to sell you anything. They just want to explain the system and whatever. So even for fix-up money, this would be a place. And you go here, you look at, there's a listing of all the people there. Call, make an appointment. They're free. See, there's Louisville, Pineville. You know, it tells you the places they cover here and things like that. Look at Catholic Charities. See, these are all nonprofits and stuff. See, they're not going to advertise in Google. because they don't have the money to do that. But look at all the other help they do. Homeownership Protection Center, non-delinquency post-purchase, including improving mortgage terms and home management. So here, see, what they'll do is renegotiate your mortgage for you, get you a better deal, because you may get screwed otherwise. Locating insurance, maintaining residence rental housing, reverse mortgage. You know, they're selling that like heck to older people. So you want to get the facts on that before some salesman tries to shove it down your throat. So it's that, you know, and it's available. Okay, there's no fix-up money. Well, let me show you that there are, you know, it depends on the state. And you really have to go and see what your state is all about. So don't, just because there isn't there. Now take a look at Maryland. Let's go over here. That's where I live. And here's Maryland. So Monk's there, and you see, okay, home. So I clicked on home, neighbor, housing. Okay, housing, that's what I want. See, improving your home. Look at all the programs here. See, indoor plumbing programs. You have trouble plumbing, you know, you need new fixtures and stuff like that. You know, so they're the improving and fixing up programs. So states do have fix-up money. So that's what I want to make sure you do. So you go to the state program first. Now, the next thing you got to do is go down the chain. So you check that all out. And tell you the truth, what you should do is let's go back to that Kentucky housing. Because what you should do before you leave is see down here, contact us. Now you should fill out the form or whatever, you know, you want to contact them. In other words, here's a form. It'll take you a minute or whatever to fill out that form. If you have a faster computer than I am, you fill out that form and say, hey, you know, I'm looking for programs. Don't say you want grants. Don't say you want anything. You're just looking for programs to help you fix up your home. Because once you put in a grant or a word, something like that, they won't tell you about the loan program that you don't have to pay back. Or they won't tell you about the services that will come out and fix it for free for you, stuff like that. So that's why you just say, hey, I need help. Please, can you suggest anything? Because they may know of also something in another agency somewhere that's hiding that you and I wouldn't even know to ask for. That's why wherever you go like this, what's important about that, before you leave them, you ask them, hey, where else should I go? Yeah, because they know better than you. They're dealing with housing their whole career, right? You and I are doing it just when we have a problem, yeah. So we don't know. We think we're smart. Oh, we ain't. I don't even know all this stuff, and this stuff I've been studying for 20 years. So okay, now this is going to sound a lot like snake oil. You know, those traveling people in you know, wagons that went around the world, you know, 200 years ago, whatever it was, and selling you magic potions. But this is actually a weight loss, and it's all about technology. Man, it's amazing what technology does. Now, this is a little sole insert you put in your shoes, okay? And the little sensors in there tell your body it's cold. That's right. Because, see, when your body thinks it's cold, it burns more energy. Yeah. And now, so you can be walking around all day just doing normal stuff, or even sitting, standing, and you're losing weight. That's right. If you're burning more calories, that means you're losing more weight. And actually, they have a vest, too, that you can sleep. So this is the first time you can go to sleep and you lose weight. And besides, sounding like hocus pocus, you see in their crowdfunding campaign, actually, they're on Indiegogo. They raised over $360,000. They were hoping like for, what was it, like $15,000. So they were going for $15,000. They got $360,000. You see how fat this country is and is working on this problem, right? And $360,000 they got that. And this is just technology, and that's why they, you know, so many people have so much hope in technology helping us solve problems in the world. You know, and I guess this is one of them, because it's sort of like turning your thermostat down. You know, because you're going to move faster, right, to keep you know, warm, and that's what your body does instantly or instinctively. I'm sorry. You know, in trying to burn that energy, is trying to keep warmer, keep the furnace going, keep it warmer. because it thinks it's cold outside, and when it really isn't. So what you're doing is burning energy and losing weight. And it's a young guy, figuring all this out for the existing technology. He's not the egghead, scientist back in the corner, with all the chemicals and stuff. No, he's just a guy putting two things together and making 5 out of it, because people need something like that. That's what's great in our world. You don't need the Pfizers of the world to figure out a pill anymore to solve problems. People are doing it in the garages with technology, that's there. And then they're going on the internet and raising $360,000 to make it happen. When else in the history of, the world can you do something like that, And that's what's so exciting about our world now. God, anybody could have these ideas, put things together, not even make the product yet, but go out and raise the money to make it even. $366,000, wow. And that's so you can sleep and lose weight. So watch this interview. Well, Adam Paulin, and it's thiniceweightloss.com. And it sounds like hocus pocus or a snake oil salesman. But you're really a young man studying to be a doctor, man. And this really works. It's technology that you could lose weight doing nothing. Now, who the hell would ever believe that? But after you explain it and you read the technology behind this, man, this stuff really works. You're convincing your body that it's cold, and then the body automatically burns calories just because it thinks it's cold, and you don't have to walk or do anything. Right.
Right, exactly. I'm going to hire you as a salesperson. You got your pitch down, so.
Well, how the hell? That's amazing. Why the heck didn't anybody else do this? So it's really, you have it as an insole, right? So you put it in your shoe, you put that on, and you said you feel a little discomfort initially. It's sort of like getting in the water as you explained it.
Exactly, yeah. So you feel a little bit of discomfort, you feel the cold, and then as your body adapts and starts to produce the heat, it counteracts the cold and your body's back to normal, and that's just a constant process, so you stop feeling cold. Yeah.
And so you're saying, too, the wonderful analogy you had was like your heater in your house or your central heating system when it gets cold. And in Toronto, you know about cold weather.
We certainly know about our energy bills going up when it gets cold.
So your heater has to work harder in the cold weather, and that's what your body does, right?
Yeah, so your body temperature is always going to stay the same, just like your room temperature. But in winter, for example, your furnace has to work a lot harder to maintain that. It's the same thing in your body. You have an internal furnace, so to speak, that produces heat to be able to maintain your body temperature, and we're just turning up the dial on that.
Wow. So it's that little insole tells your body that, hey, this is cold. You better burn some stuff to take care of this. And so you're saying that during the day you could burn 1,000 calories with this sucker, right?
Yeah. So 500 to 1,000 calories is what we're estimating with the whole system. So the insoles and the vest.
I see.
And the vest can be slept in, which people really love because they can be burning calories.
So I can be sleeping and losing weight. Boy, I've done infomercials in my life, and I would have loved to have said that.
Yeah, I know. It's a good claim to have in your back pocket.
But to be true, I mean, that's phenomenal to me that there is actually, I mean, that's why I even at my age, I'm 72 now, and man, it's just so fun out there in life. You get to learn new things all the time. Who would ever think that you could put something in your shoe and burn 500 to 1,000 calories by doing nothing? Just have insoles. Boy, and in a doctor, you won't have to be a doctor anymore because we'll all lose weight. We won't have diabetes. We won't have heart attacks.
Yeah, people are going to lose their jobs now.
Right.
But, it's a lot of fun. I mean, thinking about being a doctor is great, but you get to, work with one patient at a time. A product like this that can scale and help a lot of people is very attractive. So.
Wow. So how did you learn about the technology? I've never heard it before. I don't study medicine stuff, but.
Well, the technology itself is actually used in a lot of different applications. It's called Peltier cooling chips. They're these little chips that pump heat away from the body in this case. They're often used to cool down electronics and things. So the technology that exists, it's the application that is really novel in this situation. We're just taking that concept and putting it into the right situation.
And you said earlier, too, before we went on the air, about how athletes already use this process by taking ice baths, which I didn't know. I'm not a jock, so I didn't.
That's right. Yeah, a lot of people who are serious about their weight loss or athletes and need to hit a certain weight, they'll take ice baths to lose weight very, very quickly. One of the best examples that I have is Michael Phelps, who
the swimmer.
He's able to have 12,000 calories every single day when he's training.
Wow.
And that was something that is well documented. It's on his training regime for the Beijing Olympics, 12,000 calories a day. And the reason he could do that is because he was underwater for about 3-4 hours, and water is 14 times more thermally conductive than air. So there was more heat coming out of his body, and his body had to produce more heat.
1,200 calories. So the average person needs like 2,200 or something like that, right?
Almost 6 times as much as the average person. And he didn't gain any weight. As you can see, he's a ripped guy. So
he's a rock, yeah.
Exactly.
Wow, 1,200 calories. I had no idea. And that's because he's in cool water that burns up the calories. Huh?
Exactly. Yeah. And it's just the medium he was in. The water is more thermally conductive, and it's the same effect we're creating, just on a smaller scale.
So now you have the insoles, which everybody could use, and you have a vest, right? That people could. And the insoles by itself, or one of them by itself, is $95, at least now in the crowdfunding on Indiegogo right now. And both is for like $145, right?
To get the whole system, and that includes a book that lays out a diet and exercise program that's also focused on thermogenesis, which is creating body heat. So it's a whole program associated with that, and it all works together.
And you're going to have this ready for Christmas. So this is a hell of a Christmas present, isn't it? For anybody who doesn't even think they're fat. Usually skinny people are worried more about weight than fat people.
Yeah, and it's a good way to keep off the weight when you're eating your holiday treat.
Oh, that's right. For holidays, too. You'll have it in time for... Don't worry about eating extra pie at the Christmas time. Yeah, and the cookies. Because you'll give this as gifts for everybody. Oh, that's terrific. Boy, and so now you say they've done this, and the chips were originally used for, or the mechanical part in computers, right, to keep them cooler.
Yeah, so that's an application of these chips. We're just taking that with the knowledge that cold temperatures induce weight loss and using it in an application where we can maintain those cold temperatures all day.
Right, wow. Now, does this have to be, are there batteries in this chip too, or do the batteries wear out?
You can recharge it on a daily basis, so it gets its battery life back. You don't have to freeze it or anything like that. So it's all tech,
Oh, so it's all. So I take out my soles and I charge up my computer or something like that. Is that happens or?
So the battery snaps out in our current design, and you just put on a charging pad and you put it back in the next day, and you're ready.
Wonderful. So it's like my cell phone. At night I got to...
Yeah, you just make a habit out of it, and every day...
It's nothing. Well, and I hear you're postponing med school for a while until you count all this money.
Certainly been a distraction, that's for sure.
But it's a nice problem to have, isn't it? To know that people want your stuff. I mean, you sold thousands of these things already. And you have to, as we're talking, it's about $280,000 worth of this stuff, and you don't even have them yet. You're on your way to the manufacturer, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Got a big order to fill, that's for sure.
Wow, well, that's terrific. So to get these, it's thiniceweightloss.com. Get there and you can hit the pre-order button, and if you're too late, it'll be back on soon as you fill this thing, because everybody will want these things, particularly in the U.S. here, because we're all eating too much. And you're going to solve health problems by not even becoming an MD yet. Well, thank you so much, Adam. Thanks for doing this work and having this for us. And that's thiniceweightloss.com.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
You bet. Thank you, Adam. Take care. Okay, look at this next video. You'll say, it's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's your own drone for like under $100, but it's really a game. It's a toy. It's an app where you could play with other people, and have dog fights, in the air on your phone or on your iPad or whatever the heck it is. I mean, that's what's happening in technology today. It's just terrific how, you could do almost anything you want today. And this is the young guy who got $100,000 on the internet to make it happen. So you have a crazy idea, a good idea. See, what you used to have to do is go to big companies and try to sell them on it. Maybe they do it, and they'd have a gazillion meetings, and never get to do it because they always thought anybody else outside is stupid and they're smart. But they're not. That's why the big companies are shrinking, and the only thing that's growing is the small businesses, entrepreneurs, people with bright ideas, and make them happen. Because you can make it happen. Man, on the internet now, there is so much opportunity. There's no reason not to do anything. I was talking to a guy the other day. He's writing a book called The Last Gatekeeper. See what's happening now on the internet? It's getting rid of gatekeepers. The fat cats. The big publications are gone. The big networks are gone. Anybody can start a TV channel on YouTube, right? Anyone can publish a book. Make your own ebook for $10 or whatever it is. You don't have to go to a New York publisher. Well, that's what's happening now. Starting your own business, having your idea, your invention like this. I mean, this guy worked on it. You worked like heck on it. I mean, you're not going to get $1 million in 2 days or something. But no, it's creating a lifestyle. It's creating an idea. It's finding income, solving a problem, contributing to the world. That's what's neat about it. And you can, and that's why we have these internet and the crowdfunding and things like that to make that happen. But you got to try. And what's so neat about trying, it costs nothing. See, the internet is free, the crowdfunding sources are free, and he's got $100,000 now, to make this happen. See, you don't even have to have a product. You just have to have an idea and show about what it is or whatever, what it could be, and whatever. And then other people look, okay, hey, yeah, that sounds cool. I'll give you money because I want one when you finish. And that's how you get money, and you do it. And then in 2 months, 2 weeks or whatever it is to take to finish it up, you got all the money first, and then you send out the product afterward. Isn't that great? Man, no time in history has it been this easy to do things in life. All you have to do is try. Watch and see how he did it. Well, Tobias Dozenko, and you're really an airline pilot, aren't you? Man, you're going to get a job at, for United Airlines or something. Man, you have the neatest flying airplane toy that I can control with my iPhone or Android or any kind of phone. But more importantly, I could play games with it, right? I could take your flying drone, right, and the game portion on my phone and play games all day with the plane flying around my office. My boss won't know.
Yeah, you can actually do dogfight with your bossy.
Well, the dogfight, oh, see, now I'll get into it too. So if you both have one, you can have dogfights with this thing, right?
Even if only one of you has one, the other one just downloads the app for free, and he's going to be the anti-aircraft shooter and can just shoot it.
Oh, I see. So in other words, they can, and it's on a phone or an iPad or anything like that, right? A tablet? And they could be actually, the anti-aircraft shooting at your plane that's really flying around the office. I'm sorry, did I lose you? Why did it stop? Tobias?
Sorry, there was a lag in the connection.
Yeah, okay. I think, well, we'll just keep up. So in other words...
yes, I still hear. It's just lagging right now.
Yeah, right, a little bit. Oh, it is.
Little bit delay. Let's see if it's coming back, or if we have to reconnect.
Are you talking?
I can still hear you. Otherwise, we can reconnect maybe.
Yeah, either that. Maybe we just pick up from where we are. Because I could piece it together from. So in other words, you're saying that somebody could have one drone, and the other guy could be that you're controlling with your iPhone. The other guy have his tablet and be the anti-aircraft guy trying to shoot down your drone. Huh?
Absolutely. And
this would be great, like in a bar somewhere. You have the drone flying around in the bar, right? One guy's trying to fly it, and the other guy's trying to shoot it down. Man, it would be just thousands and thousands of hours of fun, and for no price at all. I mean, now on Kickstarter, it's like $100, man. You get all this stuff. Yeah.
Absolutely. We want to give the people a reason to pledge now on Kickstarter. Yeah. So it's only $89. And it's like 50% off.
Wow. So if you wait too long, it's going to be over. And actually, you know what's neat on Kickstarter is the video. Man, you have a video. I mean, it looks like a Hollywood, production, that video you have. And it's so realistic and fun. The graphics people that are involved with that, you really see how much fun you can have using one of these things. And you can be a kid forever with this, can't you?
Absolutely, yeah. The video was a lot of fun. We did all in-house ourselves. It took us a few weeks, and I'm jumping on the couch the whole.
Oh, that's you jumping off the.
Yeah, and the couch actually broke after like I don't know, half an hour of jumping, and the couch just broke.
I see. So that was you, and that's what I was wondering. Where did he land? So you were landing on the couch.
Yes, I was landing on the couch.
Did that make you start a diet plan or not? No, it's fun. You guys, now you've been developing drones for a couple of years already, haven't you?
Yeah, we actually developed the world's first smartphone controlled plane. It's called Smart Plane 2 years ago.
Wow. No, I think that's the guy in Israel who had this, Shai.
Oh, Shai, he actually he has a paper airplane.
Ah,
It's a
that's the
smartphone
paper.
controlled
I see.
It's called
But
Power
you-
Up, and yeah, we collaborated a little bit on that project.
Yeah. So you're all over this toy drone business, aren't you? For people to have
Absolutely.
fun.
When it comes to
Who cares about taking pictures of something, man, when you can have hours of fun? And I can't get over the price of this thing. I mean, it's just, for under $100, man, it's just phenomenal that you could have so much fun. I mean, and is there any problem with a 12-year-old using this or not?
we actually build the new ones in a way that it's very, very easy to fly. We call it even, throw it like an idiot. You just throw the plane in the air, it will stabilize itself, and you just have to, it will tell you, that's tutorials. It'll tell you, now we fly a little bit to the left, and you learn flying like in a flight school.
I see. So you wrote all the software into it, so that's why, the app really teaches you how to fly the drone. Wow, so you don't have to worry.
Flight school included, absolutely.
So a 12-year-old could do this.
Yeah, even your grandma can do it.
Right.
But in
Well,
other words, your grandma.
she's going to have just as much fun as a 12-year-old. I mean, this is just a wonderful thing that you guys are doing and bringing it. Now, you're in Germany, though, but you said you'll ship this, the price includes the shipping, no matter where you are in the world, right?
Indeed, yeah. I mean, we have been around. We have warehouses in the U.S. We have warehouses in
I
Asia,
see.
so we
So
ship
it
all
does.
over the world.
Oh, you're a big fat company, but you're selling the hell out of this drone, aren't you?
Yeah, that's what we love,
Yeah.
Flying toys, gadgets, planes, smartphone control.
It's wonderful to see somebody having fun at what they do and providing fun for other people. That's it. I mean, to put joys in people's lives. I mean, people spend $100 doing junk that who knows what it is. Here you have something to bring joy to your life, joy around the people around you too, and forever. Where could you do that? A night out on the town is $50, yeah? And so here you have something forever that lasts. And you bring it to everybody at age. You can keep young for the rest of your life. That is, if you go to TobyRich, TOBYRICH.com, right?
Exactly, TobyRich.com.
Anything else we missed?
No, you covered it all. So.
I did, wow! Well, tell my wife that. She always says, I forgot this, I forgot that.
So where is she now? Maybe she can tell us. Maybe you forgot something.
Well, thank you so much, Tobias. Fun to meet you, and best of luck with all your gadgets and flying machines.
Thank you,
And you'll be
Matthew.
around the
See you
world
around.
in 10 days soon on your drone. Take care.
So, thank you.
Okay, now we live in the best democracy in the world, right? But it's hard as hell to get justice, isn't it? Because unless you're a fat cat and can afford lawyers, it's hard to get through the legal system and get justice, I think. So we either just pay the fine or get screwed or whatever it is. Well, now, crowdfunding, right? That's where you go on the internet and people give you money to help solve problems. Well, there's one just for people who need to pay their legal bills. It's called Funded Justice. It's terrific, And this is a crowdfunding site for people who don't have money to defend themselves in the legal process. And the lawyers, actually this is started by lawyers because they see that a lot of people came into their office and they didn't have funds. They had great cases and could probably win, but they didn't have funds to do that, to win. So this site really is a place for you to go to try to raise money for defense. I mean, no matter what age, I've seen teenagers use this site. I mean, the kinds of things, like maybe somebody abuse of power, maybe in the workforce or whatever, an accident, a class action, a contract dispute, consumer law, criminal cases, divorce, discrimination, estate and trust law, foreclosure defense, they're trying to take your house, juvenile law, pardons even, property law, discrimination, all those kinds of things that make America great, because you have laws that protect people from injustice, but you have to enforce them. And how are you going to do it if you can't afford an attorney? I mean, that's the problem with this. This is why we have so many bloody attorneys. That's why we're the most highest paid people in the country are attorneys. You got doctors and lawyers. Everybody wants their kids to become a doctor or a lawyer. Yeah, because they're making a heck of a lot more money than anybody else. So that's why here you have a place to get the funds to solve those kinds of problems. Maybe in a divorce where all your property is tied up because of the lawyers fighting each other or whatever. Well, here's a place to get funds to have lawyers fight those other lawyers or whatever. And remember, there's other things that you can use before you go to the legal system. I mean, what I profess, really, if somebody messes you over, you find the organization that regulates that process. I mean, maybe it's your insurance company, that screwed you over. Instead of hiring an attorney, you could go to the state insurance commissioner's office, and fight them. Or if your attorney screws you over, there's an office that protects you from against bad attorneys even. So it's a government agency is another place to go to enforce justice. But when that doesn't work, man, then you're going to have to hire a private attorney. And that's what this is. So watch this interview. The guy who set up this site. Yeah, it's fun. You're going to see more places like this on the internet where there's unique sources of money nobody even thought to ask about before. That's why we're the question marks. We don't even know to ask so much. Well, Alan Savage with fundedjustice.com. Man, I read about this, I guess, just about a week or two ago, and I said, God, that's using technology to solve real problems we have in our life. Yeah, I mean, we live in a system where, God, you got to be a millionaire to use a lawyer, right? To get justice. We live in the biggest democracy of the world, right? And it seems that you have to have $1 million to get justice in this democracy. But you're changing that. Now the average person or somebody with no money can go to your website and crowdfund to get money, to get a lawyer to fight the system, join the system, and get fairly treated, or whatever the hell happens, right? And you just started this, this platform. It's terrific. It's terrific, Alan. Thanks for doing this. And you got people all over this campaign now just getting people out of jail, solving problems, getting kids back their money they should have had, and all kinds of things on your website. So is your mother proud of you yet, Alan?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Actually, a lot of people are, but we're really excited.
Yeah, it's just terrific. Well, tell us some of the stories that people have used this thing.
Okay. Well, I think that one of the important stories is like how we got started, right?
Uh-huh.
So, there's a couple of attorneys at our firm, and the same problem kept coming up, right? Good people, good cases. They just couldn't afford an attorney. It's $1,000, $2,000. And the attorney's only alternative was send them to a pro bono attorney or legal aid organizations, and they're inundated. They have hundreds of cases. They can't spend any time on all that. And a lot of times they knew that there was nothing that's going to happen with this person. They were going to be stuck in the same position before. Right. And so came up with the idea of crowdfunding, because you might not know one person to give you $2,000, but you might be able to find 100 people to give you $20 so you can have your day in court. And crowdfunding came about. So we're really excited about that.
Wow, I know. Anybody can do it. I mean, some of these crowdfunding campaigns I look at, I mean, you have to have a video production crew from Hollywood and all this kind of stuff. They really get into life. But yours is very easy, very simple. Just say your message, some video or pictures or whatever you want, and you're there, and you're raising money. And then plus you have these neat things like something called crowd speaking, right, that you're hooked up with. That sounds cool. Tell us about that.
Okay, so crowd speaking is basically you get your friends and family and all your supporters to agree to send out the same tweet, same Facebook post at the same time in the future. And this is a way to get heard above the social media noise. And so millions of people will be able to hear about your campaign and hopefully support you.
So in other words, this is say I'm setting up a campaign and just starting. So I say, okay, I want to go live on September 1st, right? And so it's a good to say, like point a date then. And so as soon as you go live, you get all your friends to send out the message at the same time. Hey, Lesko's got the campaign going today. You should hear about it. He's trying to save, this lady across the street is going to be evicted, needs a lawyer, or whatever it is, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and it goes out all at the same time, so then you get that flood in the beginning, and that's what I hear about crowdfunding. I mean, all the people I've interviewed, that first day is so important. How much? Because that shows what kind of momentum you have, what's going to happen. Because when people go to the site and they see, $1.50 only, they're going to pass you by. But all of a sudden, in one day, you got a couple $100, couple $1,000 or whatever it is. Hey, this is a real person doing real stuff.
Right, and then you get the social media proof, right? So
yeah.
Friends and family will donate to your campaign. It's a lot easier for a stranger who doesn't know you because they look at that and say, you know what, this is a legitimate case. His friends and family all supported him, so it's a lot easier for a stranger to donate to a case like that.
So who do you think that got the most out of this so far? I mean, do you have a case that somebody you feel that they really changed their life? I mean, you've only been at this for a few months, so it's hard to say.
Yeah, so we have a couple, but the one that strikes out, at the top of my mind is a case in Maryland where a teacher was accused of a crime, and it's pretty bad because a lot of times you take a case like this to another crowdfunding platform, they'll pull it down immediately. There's a lot of political backlash and things like that. For us, we believe that everyone's innocent until proven guilty.
Right.
Everyone should have your day in court, and we don't take a side. So, he was able to raise about $8,000.
Wow. So this was a teacher in some kind of misconduct sexually or something like that?
And all it takes is an allegation, right? So once you get an allegation, the wheels of justice or the wheels of the horses to start moving.
Right.
And sometimes it's hard to stop that momentum. So he was able to raise this money. He actually got out of his predicament. And, we think that's a huge success.
Wow.
That was relatively quick, too.
So you probably saved his life, saved his family life, saved his career and whatever. And because, somebody, my boy was caught in something like that in college. Just somebody decided to get back at him. And it's, you don't need much proof to make an accusation. Yeah.
And there's so much social collateral damage that it shows up on the internet, Facebook.
Oh God, yeah.
Trying to find a job, employers will see that kind of stuff, and so it's important to straighten that out as soon as
absolutely
you can.
No, I think because then at least you have. No, I mean when I started getting a lot of media, people would beat me up all the time, and I'd go out of my way to make sure, hey, what's wrong with your story?
Yeah. And it's funny you say that because social media has done so much good. For everyone in general, but there's also a dark side to the social.
Oh, absolutely. But it's like everything. Cars have used, are important, but they kill people too. So we got to be careful. Yeah, right. So anything. That's why it's. I think you're right. What you're saying is don't be against it because it does something wrong. It's learn the downside and how to use it and how to take advantage of it. But what you're really doing, I think, is particularly right for the pro bono lawyers and the others that are government supported. They're just inundated. There's not enough. And to protect yourself in the system or against the system or whatever, we don't have enough legal help for these people. And usually, people wind up in jail because they don't have $100 of bond money for 2 months before their trial. And talk about injustice. Man, that's dreadful, yeah? So you're going to solve problems like that.
We're going to solve those big problems. We think we have some pretty novel solutions that are going to be rolling out here soon, and we're very excited about that.
Well, you guys certainly deserve a spot in somebody's Hall of Fame real soon because you're making anybody who's been defamed in the country to solve their problem or get in. It's so easy. The laws are very complex, and nobody knows even when they're breaking the law, and some official could throw you in jail and you don't even know, or you're somebody after you or somebody, especially money, your kid needs child support, all these kinds of things. You gave a place to turn to give people hope, and nothing better than hope, man. And that's why what you're giving people is the hope that they could get justice, because your platform is fundedjustice.com, a place to go to find money when you got a lawyer, man. Oh, what's that ad? If you got a phone, you got a lawyer. No, if you got a website, man, you got a lawyer. And that website is fundedjustice.com, right?
Yes.
Right. Well, thank you so much, Alan. Anything else I missed you want to get in?
The only thing I just want to say is that, we're 100% free to any attorney that sends a client over there. So attorneys, if somebody walks in your office, it's free to use our platform. It doesn't cost the person raising money anything,
Right.
and we actually go out and try to find people to support your campaign versus other
Wow,
crowdfunding.
yeah.
So, we actually work with you. If you don't have a picture or video, we can do some of that stuff. We do press releases on your behalf.
Wow. So you do the marketing too, man. That's and the marketing's free.
It's free, definitely free.
Well, wonderful, Alan Savage, fundedjustice.com. Thanks for being there and starting this. Take care.
Thank you very much.
Bye.